How you feeling after last week?
Still recovering. But good, good. Like, I don't know. It's been so fun. So,
Yeah, I
sad
bet.
to leave, I guess.
I know. Well, awesome, Megan. I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me today, and yeah, let's just kind of recap last week's Stars and Stripes game that y'all did get to play. So, I want to hear, just from you about your first hit out in, I don't know, 9 months or something. How was that?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to chat.
Yeah. First question. You stepped in at 10, and I know you normally play 15 out there for the Surfers in San Diego. Was that a transition that you were comfortable making, or was that kind of a last minute decision?
Yeah, I actually was comfortable making it. So I have played fly half and 10 a lot over the years. Most recently, like you said, I have been playing 15.
Mhm.
In the fall tour 2 years ago, I was also at 15. But fly half's definitely where like my passion is and where I love playing. So I was
Yeah.
excited to get the chance to be back in the number 10 again for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I think most people that watched will have to agree that you were one of the real standouts on Wednesday. You just had a really real nice just control of the game, and you were perfect on your kicks. Kicked some handle really good, and bagged a try there towards the end. I think that definitely, offers another really good option for us moving forward. I wanted to ask, what was it like preparing for, a game kind of amidst the whole, pandemic and everything?
Yeah, definitely. Well, camp was much different than anything we've had before because of the pandemic. We had to work in small groups for most of the
Okay.
time. So we had an 8-week camp leading up to Stars and Stripes, and my group and each of the groups were about eight to 10 people. And so mine had eight, and so you can imagine the coaches had to get really creative
Right.
on the like what drills to do, but having the length of time that we had together and having the numbers that we did, we were really able to like break things down and really work on fundamentals and unlearn any bad habits or
Right.
learn some new really good ones. And so it was really fun. It was really great being able to break down the pass, the kick. Even we were able to have designated like sprint sessions, and like we've never really had that before, and so that
Yeah.
was really great. Sylvia Broughton was
Mhm.
fantastic with those.
Yeah.
um, but I think it was super important to get that time together and to again have such a length of time. So I felt like it was more about the development of each player than it was necessarily about just performing when we were there. Which sometimes when you only have a week together, you don't
Right.
have a lot of time to break things down. But we had that, and I thought that was really great for us all.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really interesting point you bring up because like you said, when you're always getting ready for a game, it's like a lot of tactics, and you got to cram a lot of team stuff into a short span of time. Um, but that's cool to hear that you guys kind of just broke it back down and got back to basics. And with 8 weeks, that's quite a bit of time. Is that a lot longer than y'all normally get together as a unit?
Definitely. Yeah, usually, I mean, it might depend on the event, because if it's a full tour where we have like multiple games, it could
Hmm.
be 3 weeks or so. A lot of times, um, camps are a weekend, a week, maybe 2 weeks long. And then especially if you're trying to fit in two scrimmages or two games,
Yeah.
into there, then you can imagine there's only so many trainings that you can
Right.
fit in.
So how soon before the actual scrimmage were y'all able to kind of get into contact? Because I can't imagine y'all went into it, just cold.
Yeah, definitely. It honestly took us, I think, about 4 weeks till we did any sort of contact
Hmm.
at camp. Especially with a lot of the COVID protocols. Um, the first 2 weeks we were really distanced. Everything was really spread apart. And then as we were able to, um, I guess, gosh, what's the word? To kind of progress. There's a lot of different progressive stages, I guess, that we
Right.
had to hit. And, we were testing constantly. Um, I think it was about 4 weeks when we first started doing contact, and they really did ease us in, which was good because our bodies
Right.
felt it.
Yeah.
So I think they did a great job progressing us up into the games for sure.
Yeah, I always remember like even in football practice as well as rugby, it was like that first week back. I just can always remember my neck is so sore, for a week after that first
Yeah.
hit out. So yeah, that's good that y'all were able to slowly build into it before a big scrimmage.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, yeah, how did you feel physically and fitness wise though? Because there's not really a replacement for actually playing games. So how did you feel? Going through, you went the full 80 minutes last week.
Yeah, I felt pretty good. Call it adrenaline, excitement. I don't know, but I felt pretty good. Yeah, I think everyone was just so excited to be
Yeah,
playing.
you could
I'd
see it at the
also, I
beginning
don't,
for sure.
yeah, I don't think we were really thinking about our fitness or anything then, but I was at camp for the full 8 weeks, so like I said, they had a really good program for us. So I I don't know, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I also have a home gym that my boyfriend made in our garage, and that was huge for preparation, even going into camp. So I felt like I was definitely prepared, even going into camp.
Did you take part in some of Sylvia's challenges over the summer?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I thought that I really did think that the fitness levels and especially the speed out there looked really good on Wednesday. Um, I wanted to ask you, I guess I kind of started mainly covering, women's rugby about a little over a year ago, and one of the things that I remember standing out to me a lot in the WPL season last year was your kicking off of the tee. I thought, and even before that, the drop kicks at club nationals, and I think that's definitely an area I think that you really stand out in. So I kind of wanted to just ask, do you have like a soccer background, or what is it that has kind of helped you develop into such a strong kicker?
Yeah, I definitely grew up playing soccer for,
Okay,
gosh.
I figured.
Yeah. So I went to Chico State University in California, and I actually was recruited to play soccer there, like varsity
Okay,
soccer there initially. So I did play 2 years of soccer there, and then I transitioned into rugby. I'm in my sophomore year, and so it was pretty natural
yeah,
transition, I guess.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, you were stroking them last week.
thanks.
Bet that felt pretty good. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, looking ahead, you guys, you've got half of your pool has been figured out for the World Cup. But obviously Canada, that's a big circle that one on the calendar kind of game. What are you guys kind of looking to do preparation wise, as far as moving into 2021 and the next World Cup?
Yeah, well, we're definitely excited about the pool draw. Um, as you know, we've gone up against Canada quite a few times, and that they can definitely it could go either way. The game could go either way. We've struggled against them in the past many times, but there's also a handful of times where we've done really great and really,
Right.
put a good show up against them. So we're definitely excited to have them in our pool. And then the other two as well. Obviously, we don't know who they are, but I'll be excited to learn that for sure. But good thing is we have a lot of game film we could analyze. I think we need to focus on our game mostly though, and figure out what our game plan is and play the way we want to play. Who knows? Hopefully, we'll get a few matches with them.
Yeah.
Before
That's
the World Cup as
right.
well.
I was wondering about that, because generally, before World Cup, you get full on, not scrimmages, but like you get full on warm up tests before the tournament. And I guess with COVID, it's not like we can necessarily just be, jetting around the world playing everybody
Yeah.
before the tournament. So I was kind of interested if there would be a contingency, like would we be able to play Canada? Would it be more stars and stripes, or how that would kind of look? But
Yeah, unfortunately with COVID, I don't think anything
yeah,
is set in stone
right.
right
I was
now.
gonna say,
Yeah, I don't think anything is for sure at the moment, unfortunately. Hopefully if things clear up, I would think our staff would definitely get something on the board for us.
yeah. So looking ahead, I personally think you made a huge statement on Wednesday, and I wish that you had gotten a chance to get another run out on Saturday. But moving forward, should you be, um, you know, on the plane to New Zealand, would this be your first World Cup, or did you go to the last one?
It would be my first World Cup. Yeah,
Nice.
I was involved in the last cycle, but I was cut a couple months before the last World Cup. So I'm definitely hoping to, you know, be consistent with my play and train hard enough and earn a spot on this year's roster. Well, I guess next year's roster.
Yeah, I really hope you do, and
Thank you.
I think a lot of heads were turned this week if they weren't already paying attention. But um, kind of shifting focus a little bit. It is the holiday season. We've got Thanksgiving coming up. I think that's my favorite holiday. Um, but for you, do you have any big plans, or is it just going to be nice and small?
Yeah, nothing big planned. Definitely
Right.
just staying home. Just the boyfriend and I for sure.
Yeah.
Making some of our own food, probably making too much as usual.
Yeah. Um, well, I have quick turkey trot of three questions for you,
All right.
Thanksgiving wise. Um, first, the first question is, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
That would probably have to be stuffing. I always go back for
Mhm.
seconds for
Yep.
that.
Yep. That's my dad's always that was always my dad's task every Thanksgiving. We always split up, who made what, and he was always a
Yeah.
stuffing guy. So I came to love that.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
second question: since we're in the season of giving thanks, what are you most thankful for in your rugby career?
Ooh, good question. That'd probably have to be just the support I've had from everyone over the years. I mean, I've definitely had my ups and downs um, with rugby, and having just the unwavering support of friends and family, especially like my mom. She's been my number one fan since day one. And even like I said, like, so my boyfriend, he is a two-time Olympian, so he really understands what it
Whoa.
takes to uh, like to make it and to be at the top. And so he's just been incredibly supportive emotionally. Even, like I said, he built a gym in our garage during the pandemic, because he's like, you need to train, you need to be at your best, you need to be ready. That, and then, you know, friends and other family members as well have just always, no matter good day, bad day, have just been so positive.
That's great. I think that's a kind of a, you know, a theme with, you know, you see a lot of athletes across all sports is, you know, no one does it all on their own, or very few people can really do it all on their own. You know, it takes a village. If you don't mind me asking, what sport or competition did your boyfriend compete in?
He threw javelin for
Wow.
USATF.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Freaking probably chunk of football pretty far too.
Yes.
Well, cool. That's sounds like there's some pretty good athletes there in the house where you reside.